I still remember the way I looked at her like she was my entire world. "I'm not like your other students," I told her once, half joking, half serious. She smiled, slow and knowing. "No," she said softly, "you're not." That was the first moment I felt it, that dangerous feeling that I mattered to her. I was just a quiet university student. I kept my head down, did my work, avoided attention. Life was simple, maybe even boring. But the day she walked into the classroom, everything changed. "Alina," she said, writing her name on the board. "I'll be teaching this course." I couldn't explain it, but I couldn't stop looking at her. After class, I stayed behind. "Do you need something?" she asked, glancing at me. "I had a question about the assignment," I said, even though I didn't. She stepped closer, her voice dropping slightly. "Or did you just want to talk?" I froze for a second, then smiled. "Maybe both." She laughed quietly. "Careful. That kind of honesty can get you into trouble." "I don't mind trouble," I replied. That was the beginning. Our conversations became longer. What started as questions turned into late-night talks. At first, it was in her office. "You're different," she told me one evening. "How?" I asked. "You listen," she said. "Most people just wait for their turn to speak." I shrugged. "Maybe I just like hearing you talk." She looked at me in a way that made my chest tighten. "You shouldn't say things like that." "Why not?" "Because," she paused, then whispered, "I might start believing you." It didn't take long after that. One night, she texted me, "Come over." I stared at the message for a full minute before replying, "Are you sure?" Her reply came instantly. "Yes." When I reached her apartment, my heart was racing. "You're late," she said when she opened the door. "It's only been 5 minutes." She smiled. "Still late." I stepped inside, and everything changed after that. "You know this is wrong," she said softly. "Do you want me to leave?" I asked. She didn't answer. She just stepped closer. That was enough. From that night on, we had a secret. "Promise me something," she said one evening, lying beside me. "What?" "That you won't tell anyone?" "I won't," I said without hesitation. "And no matter what happens," she added, "you won't regret this." I looked at her, completely serious. "I could never regret you." But there was something in her eyes I didn't understand back then. Maybe I didn't want to. "I trust you." I told her you shouldn't, she replied quietly. I laughed. Too late. Weeks passed, and I got used to it, her voice, her touch, the way she looked at me when no one else was around. "You're thinking too much again," she said one night. I hesitated. "What are we?" She sighed. "Do we have to label it?" "I just want to know if I matter to you." She turned to me, serious now. "You do." "How much?" She held my face gently. "More than I should." That was enough for me. Maybe it shouldn't have been, but it was. Then Ryan entered my life. "You're him, right?" he said, sitting across from me in class. "Who?" "The quiet genius," he smirked. "Top grades, no social life." I frowned. "And you are?" "Ryan," he said confidently. "You'll remember me." "I doubt it," he laughed. "We'll see." From that day on, he made everything a competition. "Beat you again," he said after one test. Waving his paper, "Congrats," I replied flatly. "Don't act like you don't care," he leaned closer. "Guys like you always care." "I don't," I said. He smirked. "We'll see how long that lasts." I didn't like him. Something about him felt off. Too confident. Too sure of himself. One day he caught me after class. "You stay behind a lot," he said casually. "I'd like to focus." Or maybe he grinned. "You like the professor?" My chest tightened. "Watch what you're saying." He raised his hands. "Relax. Just a joke." Stared at him. "Not a funny one." He smiled like he knew something I didn't. That should have been my warning. That night I told Alina about him. "He's annoying," I said. She went quiet. "What?" I asked. "Nothing," she said quickly. "Just ignore him, you know him?" I asked. "No," she replied too fast. "Why would I?" I frowned. "Just asking." She walked over and wrapped her arms around me. "Focus on us." Okay? Always, I said. But something felt off. Do you trust me? She asked suddenly. Of course I do. And don't overthink things. I nodded. Okay, looking back now. So that was the moment I should have stopped. But I didn't, because I trusted her completely. Double quote, say it, she whispered one night. Say what? That you're mine? I smiled. I'm yours. She kissed me softly. Good. I didn't know it then, but I was already losing her. And the worst part? I had no idea my world was about to fall apart. Not because of her alone, but because of him. It happened on a night. It's what I wish I could erase. I'll surprise her, I muttered to myself. Staring at the flowers in my hand, she smiled. She always smiles. Stood outside her apartment, heart beating fast. Relax, I whispered. It's just her. I knocked for a second. There was silence. Then the door opened. I froze. Ryan stood there. He leaned against the frame like he owned the place. Oh, he said, raising an eyebrow. This is interesting. My grip tightened around the flowers. What are you doing here? He looked me up and down. I could ask you the same thing. This isn't funny, I said. Move. He didn't move. He just smirked. You really don't get it, do you? Get what? My voice was sharp now. Come inside, he said casually. You should see for yourself. Don't need to see anything, I snapped. Just call her. Stepped aside slowly. Go ahead. I walked in. Alina. I called out. My voice echoed slightly. Then she appeared, and everything inside me stopped. She looked at me, but not the way she used to. Why are you here? She asked. I blinked. I came to see you. She glanced at the flowers in my hand, then looked away. Ryan closed the door behind me. Perfect timing, he said lightly. I turned to him. Shut up. Alina, I said, forcing my voice steady. What's going on? She crossed her arms. You weren't supposed to come. I wanted to surprise you, I said. Is that a problem? Ryan chuckled. Yeah, big problem. Stay out of this, I snapped. He raised his hands. I'm already in it. I looked back at her. Say something. She hesitated. That hesitation hurt more than anything. It's not what you think, she said finally. I let out a dry laugh. Then tell me what it is. She didn't answer. Ryan stepped forward. You really thought she'd stay with someone like you? I stared at him. What did you just say? You heard me, he said. Did you think you were special? Alina, I said quietly. She still wouldn't look at me. Look at me, I said. Louder now. Slowly she did, and I saw it. Not guilt, not fear. Distance. Tell me he's lying, I said. She swallowed. I didn't plan for this to happen. My chest tightened. So it did happen. It's complicated, she said. No, I shook my head. It's not. Ryan laughed softly. You're starting to get it. Why him? I asked, my voice breaking slightly. Why him? She ran a hand through her hair. You wouldn't understand. Then explain it to me. I snapped. You're a student, she said. You don't have anything. I stepped back like I'd been hit. So that's what this is about? Ryan smirked. Money matters. I wasn't talking to you, I said coldly. But he's right, she said quietly. That hurt more than anything, he said. You told me I mattered, I said. You said I was different. You are, she replied. Then why are you doing this? She hesitated again. Because I have to think about my future. I'm not part of it. She didn't answer. Ryan walked past me and sat down like he belonged there. This is getting awkward. Shut up, I shouted. He raised an eyebrow. Careful. You're in my space now. This isn't your space, I said. He looked at Alina. Is it? She didn't respond. That silence said everything. I looked at her again. Just tell me the truth. She finally met my eyes. I chose him. The words hit me harder than anything else. You. Chose him, I repeated. Yes, she said. Why? I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. Because he can give me a life you can't. I stared at her, trying to recognize the person in front of me. Was any of it real? I asked. She looked away. It was, at the time, I let out a hollow laugh. So I was just temporary? You knew this couldn't last, she said. No, I shook my head. I didn't.
Nice.
Ryan stood up. Look, man, just leave. You're embarrassing yourself. I turned to him slowly. You think this is funny? I think it's obvious, he said. You lost. This isn't a game, I said. It is to people like us, he replied. People like you, I corrected. He smirked. Same thing. No, I said quietly. Not the same. I looked back at her one last time. Say something, I said. What do you want me to say? She asked. Anything that makes this make sense. She shook her head. It doesn't. I nodded slowly. Okay, I said. That's it? Ryan asked. You're just going to walk away? I ignored him. Alina, I said softly, you could have just told me. She didn't reply. You didn't have to do this. I'm sorry, she whispered. I smiled faintly. No, you're not. I looked down at the flowers in my hand. Then I placed them on the table. They were for you. I said. She didn't move. I turned toward the door. Wait, she said suddenly. I stopped, but I didn't turn around. What? I asked. She hesitated. I didn't mean to hurt you, let out a quiet breath. That doesn't matter anymore. I opened the door. Ryan's voice followed me. Guess you weren't enough after all. I paused for a second, then I walked out. No anger, no shouting, just silence. As I stepped into the night, I whispered to myself I was enough. But even I didn't believe it, and that was the worst part. I disappeared after that. No calls, I said to myself, staring at my phone. No messages. No explanations. I turned it off. That's it, I whispered. I'm done. For 3 days, I stayed in my apartment. You're pathetic, I muttered, pacing the room. Still thinking about her? I stopped and laughed bitterly. She chose him. The silence felt heavy. Good, I said. Let it hurt. On the 4th day, I picked up my phone again. There's only one person I need to call, I said. My thumb hovered over the number. I guess it's time. I pressed call. It rang once, then twice. Then why are you calling? His voice came through, cold and direct. I closed my eyes for a second. Hello, Father. A pause. I didn't expect to hear from you, he said. Not after you walked away. I know, I replied. But things have changed. They always do, he said. The question is, have you? I took a deep breath. I'm ready. Silence. For what? He asked. To come back, I said. To take my place. Another pause. You said you wanted a normal life, he reminded me. No money. No power. I did, I said. And I got it. And I learned something, I said quietly. Go on. People don't respect you when you have nothing, I said. They use you. They leave you. His tone shifted slightly. So now you understand. Yes, I said. I do. And this has nothing to do with a girl. He asked sharply. I hesitated. That's what I thought, he said. It's not just that, I replied. It's everything. Everything, he repeated. That's a big word. I'm done running, I said. I want control now. And you think you're ready for that? I know I am. He was quiet for a moment. Come to the office tomorrow, he said finally. That's it? I asked. That's it, he replied. Don't be late. The call ended. I stared at the phone. Well, I said softly, that was easier than I expected. The next morning, I stood in front of a building I hadn't entered in years. Still looks the same, I muttered. As I walked inside, people started noticing me. Is that? Someone whispered, he's back, another voice said. I ignored them. I'm not here for them. I told myself. I reached the top floor. The doors opened. She was standing there. Welcome back. Maya, you remembered, she said. Of course I did, I replied. You used to handle everything. I still do, she said. Now I'll be handling you again. I raised an eyebrow. That sounded threatening. She smiled slightly. Only if you make it difficult. I let out a quiet breath. I don't plan to. She studied me for a moment. You look different. I am different. Good, she said. You'll need to be. She handed me a file. What's this? I asked. Your schedule, she replied. Meetings, reports, responsibilities. I flipped through it. This is a lot. This is your life. I looked at her. No warm welcome? No, we missed you. She shrugged. I'm not here to make you feel better. I'm here to make you ready. I smirked slightly. Still honest? Always, she said. I took a step closer. Tell me something. What? Did you think I'd come back? She paused. Eventually, why? Because people like you don't stay small, she said. They just delay the inevitable. I nodded slowly. And now? Now, she said, you either rise or you fall harder than before. I closed the file. I'm not falling again. Good, she replied. Because no one is going to catch you this time. I don't need anyone to... She tilted her head slightly. That's what they all say. I'm serious, I said. I don't need anyone. She looked at me carefully. Not even the girl? I went silent. That's what I thought, she said. It doesn't matter anymore, I replied. Then prove it, she said. I will. She stepped aside and gestured toward the office. He's waiting. I nodded and walked in. He was standing by the window. You're on time, he said without turning. I said I would be. He turned slowly. Let me see you. I stepped forward. He studied me for a moment. You look like you've learned something. I have. Pain is a good teacher, he said. I'm not here to talk about that, I replied. He smiled slightly. Straight to business. I like that. I'm ready to work. I said, work. He repeated, you're not here to work. You're here to lead. I met his gaze. Then teach me. He nodded once. I will. I clenched my fist slightly. No more weakness, I told myself. No more begging. I stood there. I felt something shift inside me. I'm not that person anymore, I whispered under my breath. And this time, I meant it. CHP for returning to my real world felt strange. Walk straight, Maya said beside me. Don't hesitate. I'm not hesitating, I replied. You slowed down twice, she said calmly. People notice that. I exhaled. Old habits. Drop them, she said. You're not a student. Anymore? I know. Then act like it. Boardroom doors opened. Everyone. Inside stood up. Good morning, one of them said. Quickly, I paused for half a second. Morning, I replied. Keeping my voice steady, Maya leaned slightly toward me. Don't scan the room like that. It shows uncertainty. I'm just observing. Observe. Without looking lost, she said, I walked to the head of the table. That seat is yours, she whispered. I remember, sat down. Let's begin. I said. A man across the table cleared his throat. We've prepared the quarterly reports. Summarize, I said. He blinked. You don't want the full, I said. Summarize. Yes. Of course. As he spoke, I listened carefully. You're overcomplicating it, I interrupted. He stopped. What do you mean? Your projections are too cautious, I said. You're holding back. He looked surprised. We were trying to minimize risk. Risk is part of growth, I replied. Adjust it. Yes, sir. Another board member leaned forward. Sir, with respect, this is a big shift. I looked at him. And we're not sure it's wise. I held his gaze. That's why I'm here.
Nice.
Silence filled the room. Maya's voice came quietly. Good. The meeting continued. When it ended, people rushed to leave. Sir, we'll revise everything, one of them said. Do that, I replied. The room emptied. Maya crossed her arms. Not bad? Not bad? I raised an eyebrow. You didn't embarrass yourself, she said. That's a win. I smirked slightly. High standards. They'll rise, she said. I leaned back in the chair. They listened. They had to, she replied. Power forces attention. I nodded slowly. I can feel it. Good, she said. Now don't get comfortable. I won't. Days pass like that. Meetings, decisions, pressure. You're improving. Maya told me one evening. Finally, I said. Don't get cocky, she added. I'm not. You are, she said. Just a little, I shrugged. Maybe I earned it. Not yet, she replied. One afternoon, she walked into my office. You have an event tonight, she said. I hate events. You'll love this one, she replied. Why? Because your rivals will be there. I stood up. Including him. She nodded. Yes. I smiled slightly. Good that night. The room was filled with powerful people. Stay calm, Maya said. Let them come to you. I don't chase. I replied. Exactly. People started approaching me. Welcome back, one man said. I've heard a lot about you, another added. Hope it's good. I replied. They laughed nervously. Then I saw him. Ryan. He froze when our eyes met. Enjoying this, Maya whispered. A little, I admitted. He walked toward me slowly. Well, he said, forcing a smile. This is unexpected, is it? I asked. You look different, he said. So do you, I replied. He glanced at my suit, then back at my face. What's going on? An event? I said calmly. You know what I mean? Stepped closer. Do I? He lowered his voice. Who are you really? I smiled. Someone you underestimated. His jaw tightened. Don't he play games? I'm not, I said. You just didn't see the full picture. He let out a breath. So all that time, you were hiding this? Yes. Why? Because I wanted to, I said. He shook his head. That's insane, is it? I asked, or did you just assume I was nothing? He didn't answer. That's what I thought, I said. He tried to recover. Look, whatever this is, it doesn't change anything. It changes everything, I replied. I leaned in slightly, because now I'm the one in control. He laughed, but it sounded forced. You think you can compete with me? I already am, I said. His expression shifted. You're serious, he said. I always was. Maya stepped beside me. Is there a problem? Ryan glanced at her. No, good, she said. Because we don't have time for unnecessary conversations. He frowned. We, I smiled. Yes, we. He looked back at me. This isn't over. It never was, I replied. He walked away. I watched him go. That felt good, I said quietly. Don't enjoy it too much, Maya warned. This is just the beginning. I know, I said, but for the first time, I exhaled slowly. I'm not the one losing, she nodded. Remember that feeling, I will, as the night continued. People treated me differently. Respect, caution, even fear. This is your world, Maya said. I can see that, and now she added, it's yours to shape. I looked around the room, then I smiled. Let's see how far this goes. Karma didn't rush. Patience, Maya told me one morning. You don't strike loudly. You guide outcomes. I'm not striking, I said. I'm just adjusting things. She looked at me. Call it whatever helps you sleep. I smirked slightly. I sleep just fine. Good, she replied. Because things are starting. I leaned back. Tell me. Ryan's company took the deal, she said, handing me a file. The high-risk one? I asked. Yes. I opened it. He signed it himself. He insisted, she said. Ignored every warning. I closed the file. That sounds like him. You nudged the opportunity, she added. I gave him a choice. Corrected, and he made the wrong one, she said. Exactly a week later. I got the call. Sir, their stocks are dropping, one of the board members said. How bad? I asked. Fast. I nodded. Monitor it. Yes, sir. Maya crossed her arms. You don't sound surprised? I'm not. You planned this carefully, she said. I predicted him, I replied. That evening, I ran into Ryan again. You did this, he said the moment he saw me. I tilted my head. Did what? Don't act innocent, he snapped. That deal was your decision? I interrupted. You pushed it. I presented an option, I said calmly. You took it, clenched his jaw. You set me up. No, I said. You walked into it. He stepped closer. Fix it. I almost laughed. Fix what? My company, he said. You have influence now, and... I asked. And you can stop this, he said. I looked at him for a long second. Why would I? I asked quietly. Because he stopped. Because what? I pressed. He exhaled sharply. Because we can work something out. I shook my head. You're not used to this, are you? To what? To being the one asking, I said. He glared at me. This isn't over. It is for you, I replied. He walked away, frustrated. Maya stepped beside me. You handled that well. He's desperate already, I said, and it's only the beginning, she added. I nodded. Then there was Alina, sir. There's something else, Maya said one afternoon. What is it? It's about her. I stayed silent. The university started an internal review, she continued. For what? Conduct violations, she said. Relationships with students? I exhaled slowly. I see you didn't initiate this? She asked. No, I said. I didn't have to. She nodded. Rumors spread fast. Always do, I replied. A few days later, I got another call. Mr. Dean would like to speak with you, Maya said. Put him through. Hello? A firm voice said. Thank you for taking the call. What can I do for you? I asked. We're conducting an investigation, he said. We believe you may have relevant information. I paused. About what? Professor Alina, he said. I looked out the window. I'm not involved anymore. But you were, he replied. I stayed quiet. We're not here to cause trouble, he added. We're here to uphold standards. I understand, I said. If you're willing to cooperate, I'll think about it, I interrupted. That's all we ask. The call ended. Maya looked at me. What are you going to do? Nothing, I said. Nothing? She repeated. I'm not part of her story anymore, I replied. She studied me. You're letting karma handle it. Yes, that evening. My office door opened. I need to talk to you. I looked up. Alina stood there. You shouldn't be here, I said. I didn't know where else to go, she replied. Not my problem. She stepped closer. Please. I stayed silent. I made a mistake, she whispered. I leaned back. That's what you came to say? It's more than that, she said. Everything is falling apart. I didn't respond. They're investigating me, she continued. I could lose everything. I looked at her calmly and I need your help, she said. I let out a quiet breath. Why would I help you? Because you cared about me, she said. Past tense. I corrected. She flinched slightly. I know I hurt you, she said. But this is too much, is it? I asked. Yes, she said. I can't lose my career. You should have thought about that, I replied. Tears filled her eyes. I didn't think it would go this far. It always does, I said. She stepped closer. Please, just talk to them. Tell them what? I interrupted. That nothing happened? She looked down. That's what I thought, I said. I was wrong, she whispered. About everything. I watched her carefully. For the first time, she looked scared. Not confident, not untouchable, just broken. I lost everything, she said. Because of one decision? I shook my head slightly. No, she looked at me. Because of many decisions, I said. Silence filled the room. I didn't mean to hurt you, she said again. I know, I replied. Her eyes widened slightly. You didn't mean to, I continued. But you did. She wiped her tears. Can you forgive me? I paused. Then I said quietly, I don't feel anything. That hurt her more than anger ever could. I was nothing to you. She asked. You were everything, I said. That's why this doesn't matter anymore. She stared at me, unable to speak. I've moved on, I added. She shook her head slowly. No, you've changed.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I said. I have. She took a step. Back. I don't recognize you, she whispered. That's the point. She stood there for a moment, then she turned and walked away. I didn't stop her. I didn't call her name. I just watched the door close. Maya stepped in quietly. Are you okay? I nodded. I'm fine. Do you believe that? She asked. I looked at her. Yes, I said. And for the first time, it was true. CHP 6, the call started early. Elena's calling again, Maya said. Sliding my phone across the desk, I picked it up. Staring at the screen, I'm not answering, I said quietly. She's leaving messages, Maya added. They're long. I scrolled through one. I never stopped loving you. Please, just hear me. I put the phone down. She's desperate, Maya whispered. I know, I said. I don't care. The next day, she appeared at my office. Elena, I said, without standing. I need to talk to you, she said. Her voice shook. Then talk, I replied calmly. I'm listening. I never stopped loving you, she said, tears in her eyes. I looked at her, the same woman I once would have done anything for. But now, all I saw was a stranger. You didn't lose me, I said. You chose to replace me? I made a mistake. Too late, I replied. I can fix this, she said. No, I said firmly. You don't get that chance anymore. She bit her lip, glancing down. Please, I was wrong. I know, I said. And it doesn't matter. She shook her head. You still hate me. I don't hate you, I corrected. I just don't need you. Her tears fell silently. I thought you'd come back for me. I thought I would too, I said softly. But people don't come back for those who left them. She stepped closer. I never meant to hurt you. Intentions don't erase actions, I said. She shook her head, voice cracking. I loved you more than anyone. That's what made it pointless, I replied. Then came Ryan. I need your help, he said, cornering me at an event. Not interested, I said, keeping my voice calm. I'll do anything, he said. Just don't let me fall completely. I looked at him, the man who once mocked me, who thought he was untouchable. He looked small now, desperate, scared. Why should I help you? I asked quietly. Because you can, he admitted. I tilted my head. And if I don't, he swallowed. Then, I'll pay. You already are, I said. But that's not my problem. He shook his head. You're cruel. I'm done caring about those who hurt me, I said. His lips trembled. Even after everything? Even I replied. A few days later, Ryan's mother reached out. Please, she said over coffee. I didn't raise him to be like this. He's desperate. I'm not here to comfort you, I said. Then what do you want? She asked. Nothing, I replied. Just to be left alone. But she started. No, I interrupted. Lessons are meant to hurt sometimes. That's how people learn. She stared at me, silent. I can't save everyone, I said, even those I once cared about. But he's your rival, she said softly. Do you enjoy this? I don't enjoy it, I said. I just let reality run its course. She nodded slowly. I suppose it's your way of teaching him. Exactly, I replied. Later that day, Alina called again. Please, she said, voice trembling. I just want one chance to explain. I put the phone down. No chance, I said. She's persistent, Maya said. I don't care, said. I stared out the window. Thinking about everything that had happened, I thought revenge would feel good, I said quietly. But it doesn't. Maya leaned back. It's empty? Completely, I said. I expected satisfaction, closure, but it's hollow. And yet she said, you're still standing. I nodded. Better than I was. Thought about Alina, Ryan, their fear, their desperation. I could help them, I said softly. You won't, Maya said. No, I replied. Some lessons are meant to hurt. A week later, I saw Alina again, outside a meeting. I understand now, she whispered. I was wrong. You are, I said calmly. I'll never make it right, she said, voice cracking. You don't need to, I replied. You just need to live with it. She looked down, silent. I didn't reach for her hand. I didn't say anything more. Ryan's mother called one last time. Please, she said softly. Show mercy. I did, I said quietly. I showed it by walking away. She paused. You're merciless. No, I said. I'm free. For the first time in years, I felt at complete freedom. No betrayal could touch me anymore. No apology could reach me, and that was the point. I wasn't the same person anymore, Maya, I said quietly. Staring at the skyline from my office window, I can't believe how far this went. She leaned against the desk, arms crossed. You mean how far you've come? I mean everything, I replied. From him, her, all of it. You're allowed to feel proud, she said softly. I shook my head. I don't know if that's pride or relief. Does it matter? She asked. You survived. That's enough, I chuckled lightly. Survival isn't the same as peace. Can be, she said. If you let it... I turned toward her. Let it after everything they did? They're gone, she said simply. You can't change them. You can only change you. I sat down heavily. I thought revenge would fill the hole in my chest. It didn't, because it never does, she said. You already knew that deep down. I ran a hand through my hair, and yet I wanted it so badly. You needed it, she corrected. But now? She smiled faintly. Now you're free. I stared at her. Free? Yes, she said. Free from them. From the past. From the things that hurt you. You can finally live without waiting for anyone to betray or forgive you. I let out a slow breath. I thought freedom would feel lighter. It does, she said. It just takes time to notice it. I nodded slowly. I guess I'm noticing it now. She stepped closer. You don't need to be the boy who begged for love anymore. I'm not, I said firmly. That person, he's gone. Good, she said. He had nothing to teach you that you couldn't learn yourself. I looked out the window again. I still feel her sometimes, Alina. Do you want to? Maya asked. No, I said. I just remember how I felt. But it's different now. I don't need her anymore. It's maturity, she said. Acknowledging what was, without letting it control you. I don't even hate him, I admitted, thinking of Ryan. I just feel nothing. Exactly, she said. That's real strength. Not anger or revenge, nothing. Just peace. I let that sink in. Peace, I murmured. I never thought I'd feel it. Well, she said. Every day a little more. We walked to the balcony together. The city lights flickered like stars below us. You built this, Maya said softly. Not the empire. You built yourself. I glanced at her. I couldn't have done it alone. Neither could anyone, she said. But you had the courage to try. I took a deep breath. I never thanked you. For what? She asked, tilting her head. For believing in me, I said. For staying when I had nothing. You didn't need money or power to matter, she replied. You just needed someone to see you. Now, I see that now, I said. And I see you. She smiled faintly. That's enough for me. We stood there for a long moment. Silence between us. Not awkward, not tense. Just quiet. I used to think strength came from control, I said finally. Boardrooms, influence, manipulation. I thought that was power. And now? Maya asked. Now, I said, strength comes from letting go. Finally, she said, you're becoming the man you were meant to be. I let the words settle. The man I was meant to be, I repeated softly. Stronger, wiser, freer. You've earned it, she said. You don't need to prove anything to anyone, I smiled faintly. Not even to them? Not even to them, she replied. I closed my eyes and felt the weight of the past lifting. No more revenge, I whispered. No more anger. No more waiting for them to realize their mistakes. Exactly, she said. Now, live. I opened my eyes and looked at the city. The lights stretched endlessly, full of possibilities. I'm ready, I said. For everything. Maya nodded. And I'll be here. Only because you need someone, not because you owe me. That's all I need, I said. I took a step toward the balcony, letting the cool air hit my face. Do you feel it? Maya asked. Freedom, I said. I finally have it. Good, she said. Because it's yours to keep. I exhaled slowly. It's mine. I turned back to her. And I don't need anything else. Not even love. She asked softly. I smiled. Not from them. Not from anyone who didn't stay. She nodded. Then you're truly free. I said quietly. I am. The city shimmered below. The empire, the power, the life I built. It all felt secondary to this moment. The man I became, I whispered. He's stronger, colder, and finally at peace. Maya's hand brushed mine lightly. And he's alive, she said. Yes, I said, letting a small smile break through. Alive and free. I looked out once more. I'm done with the past. Completely done. And I'll be here, she said. Every step forward. I know, I replied. For the first time in years, I truly believed it. I'm ready, I repeated softly. Good, Maya said. I'm finally ready to live my life. And with that, I stepped into the future I had earned, leaving nothing behind but the lessons that made me whole. CHP8, she appeared at my office without warning. Alina, I said quietly, barely moving from my seat. I needed to see you one last time, she said. Her voice trembled. I looked at her, the same face I had loved, but now drawn, tired, and broken. I lost everything, she said, tears welling up, including you. I didn't speak at first. I just watched her, calm, steady. I know I hurt you, she continued. I didn't mean to, but I did, and I can't take it back. Right? I nodded slowly. I know you do, she asked, disbelief in her voice. After everything. Yes, I said. After everything. She wiped her eyes. You look different. I am, I replied. I'm not the person you left behind. I'm someone else now. Her gaze dropped. I didn't expect to see you like this. You didn't expect anything, I said calmly. You only ever thought about yourself. I know, she whispered, voice cracking. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry doesn't fix what's gone, I said. She flinched slightly. I know that too. Silence fell for a few moments. You've changed, she said finally. You're stronger. I had to be, I replied. After losing you, after everything. She took a hesitant step closer. Do you hate me? No, I said. I don't hate you. Her eyes widened. Then you forgive me? I don't forgive you, I said. I just survived you. She looked down, tears streaming freely now. I thought I could fix everything, make it right. You can't, I interrupted gently. Some things aren't meant to be fixed. Her voice dropped. You moved on? Yes, I said simply. I moved on. I found myself after losing you. She swallowed hard. And I lost you completely. That's right, I said. And it had to happen that way. She shook her head, looking defeated. I didn't realize. I didn't see how much I had until it was gone. Exactly, I said. That's why it's over. I wanted one last chance, she whispered. One last moment with you. You have it, I said quietly. But not to change anything. Only to say goodbye. She nodded slowly. Goodbye, she said, voice breaking. Goodbye, I echoed. She stepped back, as if afraid I would change my mind. I'll never forget you, she said. Not ever. I won't either, I said softly. But that doesn't mean we're together. It just means you were part of my life. And now, you're not anymore. She swallowed, trying to hold back sobs. I wish I could have been better. I wish you had been, I replied. But wishing doesn't undo choices. A long silence stretched between us. Finally, she turned. This is it, she whispered. Yes, I said. This is it. She paused at the door, looking back at me one last time. You've changed me too, she said quietly. I nodded. I hope you learn from it. She stepped out, the door clicking softly behind her. I stayed seated for a moment, letting the emptiness sink in. Not the emptiness of loss, but of release. Maya's voice came softly from behind me. Are you okay? I am, I said, standing. Finally, you look peaceful, she said. I feel it, I replied. Peaceful and free. Maya smiled. That's the man you've become. I looked out the window at the city below, the lights shimmering. The boy who begged for love is gone. The man who survived? He's here now. You earned this, she said quietly. Yes, I said. I earned this, and no one can take it away. I walked toward the door, feeling lighter with every step. This is my life now, I whispered. Not defined by betrayal, not chained by the past. I survived. I transformed. I will continue, I said, thinking of the future. Free, stronger, and finally, me. Maya stepped beside me. Ready for what's next? I am, I said, nodding. We left the office together for the first time in years. I felt a complete closure. No anger, no longing, no regret. Only the quiet certainty that I had become the man I was always meant to be. The final goodbye had been said, and I walked away unburdened, unbroken, and free. Life moved forward. I watched the skyline from my office, sipping a quiet coffee. It's peaceful, I said. Maya glanced at me. For you, maybe? For the city? Hardly, I smiled faintly. Let them worry. I've earned my peace. What about them? She asked. Ryan, Alina? I shook my head. Gone. Out of my life completely. Do you ever think about them? She asked softly. Sometimes, I admitted. But it's not longing. It's reflection? Reflection? She asked. Yes, I said. I learned from them. I survived. I built myself. She studied me. You've changed. I had to, I replied. I can't be the same person who begged for love, who let betrayal define him. You're stronger, she said. And free. Yes, I said. Finally free. Weeks passed. The company grew, not just in profit, but in meaning. I surrounded myself with people I trusted, with principles I respected. One evening, Maya joined me for dinner at my apartment. Feels like a proper home now, I said, looking around. Not just walls and furniture. You earned it, she said, smiling. You earned more than just walls. I looked at her. And I want to share it too. No secrets this time. No secrets, she agreed, eyes bright. No lies either, I added. She nodded. I can do that. I reached across the table. I'm done hiding. Done pretending. Done fearing loss. Fear doesn't have a hold on you anymore, she said softly. No, I replied, and it won't. Not ever. She smiled again. So, what's next? What's next? I asked, leaning back. I build a life I'm proud of. I don't chase anyone. I don't need anyone to complete me. But I choose the people I let in. Maya's eyes softened. And you chose me? I nodded slowly. Yes. This time, I choose wisely. She reached out, touching my hand lightly. And love isn't weakness anymore. No, I said firmly. It's choice. I don't need it to survive. I want it because it strengthens me. And this feels right. We sat in silence, letting the city lights glow around us. I used to think betrayal would break me, I said quietly. I thought it would leave me hollow, afraid, weak. And it didn't. Maya asked. It did, I admitted. For a time, but then I realized. It wasn't about destroying me. It was about rebuilding me into someone unstoppable. She asked, a hint of a smile tugging at her lips. Yes, I said. Someone who survives everything. Someone who takes control of his life. Someone who can love on his own terms. Maya squeezed my hand. Then you're ready for whatever comes next. I am, I said. And I'll face it knowing I'm the one holding the pen. Not them. Not my past. Just me. She tilted her head. That feels different. It does, I said. It feels good, real. I paused, looking at the skyline. Not just surviving, Maya, living, thriving, building something lasting. And this life. It's yours to shape? Yes, I said. Every decision, every choice. I'm finally free to define myself. And I won't let anyone take that away. You've come a long way, she said softly. I have, I admitted. From the boy who begged for love to the man who chooses it wisely. From betrayal to freedom. We clinked our glasses quietly, the soft sound a small celebration. No regrets? Maya asked. None, I said. Every step, every fall, every heartbreak, it brought me here. And I wouldn't erase a thing.
Good, she said.
Because you're unstoppable now. I smiled. Not just unstoppable, alive, free. And finally, myself. Then what's next? She asked again, playful this time. I took her hand. Live. I build. I love. Carefully, consciously, and completely.
Ow.
And this time, she whispered, you choose wisely. I said, I choose wisely. The city lights reflected in her eyes, and I realized something important. Love, trust, freedom. It wasn't about never being hurt. It was about knowing you could survive it, rise from it, and thrive because of it. I'm ready, I said softly. For what? She asked. For life, I replied. Everything it has to offer. Without fear, without regrets, without limits. She squeezed my hand again. Then I'm ready to. I exhaled slowly, feeling it the first calm breath I'd taken in years. Not all betrayals destroy you. Some rebuild you into someone unstoppable. And I was living proof. I looked at her. And for the first time, love felt like choice, not weakness. And this time, I had chosen wisely.